Your boy DL47, all day, popping off AM PM, know what it is, revisiting as much rugby league information as possible. Right now, we're up to the 1933 wooden spoon in Australian Rugby League. Wow, absolutely ridiculous, absolutely inconceivable statistics, inconceivable occurrences happening in 1933 to eventually find out who got the wooden spoon. So you don't miss anything, you need to watch this all the way to the end. So first of all, we'll start by saying that Western Suburbs got the wooden spoon in 1933. Incredibly, for once it wasn't University. University actually won, I think, 5 games in 1933 and ended up avoiding the spoon. So West playing 14 games in 1933, 4 wins, 9 losses and 1 draw. But the way they fell apart was just incredible. Even more incredible though, the years before and after 1933, in 1930, West had beaten St George 27 points to 2 in the 1930 grand final. That was their first ever grand final win. In 1931, they'd made the finals and finished 3rd for the season. Didn't win the comp, but good stuff. 1932, they were runners-up, losing the 1932 grand final to South 1912. So from runners-up in 1932, all the way down to wooden spoon in 1933. Then in 1934, back up the top and beating East 15-12 in the 1934 grand final. So in between all these awesome years, the one wooden spoon year, but you wouldn't have guessed it, because after 6 rounds in 1914, they were actually coming second in the comp. After 6 rounds, they had 4 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss, and they were coming second, and South were in first place. But after that, they lost 8 consecutive games to plummet all the way down to the bottom and end up with the wooden spoon. Absolutely incredible. So we'll go through the first 6 games to show their bright start. So 1933 round 1. West had beaten University 32-22. Okay, you'd expect them to beat University. Round 2, they'd drawn with Balmain 19-all. Balmain were a pretty good team, but a draw, so not a bad result. Round 3, they'd beaten Newtown 21-6, a reasonable team, so a good win. Round 4, they'd lost to Norse 22-17. So, that one wasn't very impressive, but they only lost by 5 points, only the one converted try. Remembering tries were 3 points at the time. But then in round 5, they bounced back and beat South, of all teams, 18 points to 5. South were leading the comp at the time, so they upset South 18 points to 5. Then in round 6, they beat another heavyweight team, East, 37-22. So after 6 games, 4 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss, and they'd just beaten the two heavyweights, South and East, and you're thinking, oh, okay, they might make a serious, give the competition a serious shake, and then nothing. In the last 8 games of the year, lost every single game, absolutely nothing. Finished below even Norse and even University, who finished 2nd and 3rd last, as you'd probably expect if you've been watching these videos. So somehow, in the midst of their excellent years 1930, 1931, 1932 and 1934, and their excellent start to 1932, somehow they ended up with the spoon, losing the last 8 games. Absolutely incredible. So that's why I do these statistics, because you can never research all these statistics for too long without some incredible occurrences like that popping up. It's just absolutely phenomenal. And West, as I always say, West's for and against, they scored 210 points in 1933, conceded 246, for and against minus 36. The moment in the sun obviously was the round 5 win over South, 18 points to 5, because South were unbeaten and leading the comp at that point in time. And the most embarrassing moment, all eight of those losses, I think, like the way they just kept piling up, and they couldn't break the run and couldn't avoid the spoon somehow. The leading try scorer, they had 2 players get 6 tries, 2 Leses. Les Mead, who was a pretty good player for them, and also Les Ridson, both got 6 tries for them. And another player who was a pretty good player for him at that point in time, his name was Frank McMillan, and he got no tries but 24 goals for 48 points for West in the 1933 season. So, like I said, I'm going to do all the wooden spoons, 1908 all the way up to 2023. So far, still in the early days, only up to 1933 so far, this is the most incredible one so far. So, as we continue on through it, we'll see if we can find a more astonishing wooden spoon than West in 1933. So there you go, 1933 wooden spoon going to West, believe it or not. In the middle of such a great period in their history, somehow they lost 8 straight games and got the spoon, even though they were runners-up the year before and premiers the year after. That's just what rugby league can do. Then, as I've said already, tomorrow is going to be 1934 University, and so is 1935, 36 and 37. Before, if you just hang in there 4 more days, we get to 1938 the day after, when University aren't in the competition anymore, and we finally won't have to relive all their embarrassments, all their embarrassing wooden spoons. Thank you so much for watching right to the very end. Your boy, DL47.